Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for watching. Today we're here with two Jamaicans in the tech industry. On my immediate right is Stacy Kirk. She is the CEO and founder of Quality Works Consulting Group, which is a software consulting firm based in LA. She's also a Stanford graduate, graduating in computer science, where she is also a part of the Stanford Engineering Association, the National Society for Black Engineers, and of course, the Caribbean Student Association. Thank you for being here, Stacy. And also we have Sheldon Powe. Today, he wears many hats, but he's here as the president of the Jamaica Computer Society. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so the first thing I want to ask you, Sheldon, is what is the BizTech conference and why should we all be looking forward to it?
Okay, so the BizTech conference this year will be the largest tech conference that will be taking place in the Caribbean. We're partnering with the University of the West Indies and eGov in putting on this conference. We have great speakers such as Stacy Kirk, who will be running a workshop on quality assurance, and you'll tell us more about everything that you'll be doing, as well as many other speakers that we'll be bringing from all over the world, and the top local talent that we have that are doing amazing things within technology presenting at this forum.
All right, Stacy, thank you for coming back here, embracing your roots. I wanted to ask you, why did you decide to partner with BizTech and the Jamaica Computer Society?
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here. Well, when I came to Kingston and we opened our offices 2 years ago in 2015, I wanted to make sure that our organization was part of something bigger. We focus on innovation and technology. And in doing that, we need to stay current with the latest technologies and trends. And I was looking for an organization, a hub, and I ran into JCS and Jamaica Computer Society, and I thought this is great, what they've been doing in terms of really driving the Jamaica technical community, their workshops and their leadership, the teams that they have put together that span across many different industries and age groups. It is a great partnership to be a part of, and I'm thrilled anytime I get an opportunity to participate.
All right, that's great. And recently, Quality Works opened a branch in Jamaica, right here, right?
Yes, in 2015 we opened. We're on the UTech campus, and we've been growing steadily every year. And a part of that is having local companies that we work with and also international companies. So we have companies in Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, California, UK, and London. And so it's great to be able to have so much talent leading the way in terms of how we do software quality innovation.
All right. Now, you've worked all over the US and for many different tech companies. All right, now that you're back in Jamaica, where would you describe our local tech industry? Where are we exactly? Are we at the beginning stages? Are we getting there? How much more do you think that we need to achieve?
Well, thank you. I've worked in many different companies, and being in Jamaica, the one thing that makes this place so rare and unique is the brilliance that we have on the island. There's a hunger for knowledge and understanding, and I think that's why being a part of JCS is so critical, because it allows people a forum where they can not only learn about the latest technologies, but also participate, network, and build together. And so where we are right now is where many companies are in the United States, in the UK. They are overwhelmed with how fast technology changes.
Overwhelmed.
Whatever you learned last week is probably there's something greater this week. And so even if there are companies here on the island that may be 4 years behind, if they were only a year behind, they're still behind. And so me being a part of the conference is to share some of the lessons learned, the horror stories, the best practices, and how companies are continually improving and delivering on software when we're in a world where things are changing every day.
All right, that's good to know. Well, Sheldon, since you are president of the Jamaica Computer Society, where is the JCS's place in the local tech industry? How does it help our local industry?
So what I like about the JCS so far is that our membership is actually growing. We have local chapters at both major universities, that's University of the West Indies and UTech, that are part of the group. We have a lot of professionals working across different industries that are also part of the group. We meet monthly as a council, just discussing plans in terms of how can we help to contribute in terms of the tech industry. For example, we're looking at the BPO sector, looking at the type of jobs in the BPO sector, if we can move the IT jobs up the value chain, meaning looking at things like the quality assurance, software development, testing, artificial intelligence, and things of that nature. When you may have a problem, you're trying to find a solution, we have a network of professionals that you can reach out to that are only eager to help. You don't have to pay for this service. For young people, I think it's a great idea to come and join a JCS because you actually may meet your future employer through the JCS. You will get ideas of starting your own business. I mean, we're at Idea Lab right now. This interview being taken place by Adtelligent. That's actually a new business. So the whole importance of networking, being a part of JCS actually supports that.
All right, thank you. Well, Stacy, I was actually glad when I heard that we were interviewing you today, because I don't want to say rare, but I want to say there needs to be more women in senior positions in the tech industry. So when I found out that you were the founder and the CEO of such a big tech company, I just wanted to ask you a few questions, like how did you start getting interested in information technology?
Well, very long time ago, probably before you were born.
Definitely.
I took a class, and I was very fortunate. My parents were not very wealthy, but they valued education. And so they sent me to a private school in elementary school that had a computer programming class for elementary students back a long time ago. And I fell in love with programming my turtle. And I remember getting a programming book and sitting down and coding my name in a loop across the screen. And so from a very early age, I just loved the idea that I could write something that could do what I wanted to do. So I don't know if that's a control issue, but I found it extremely exciting. And so I knew from a very early age that I wanted to do something in computers and programming. And I think what has been very fortunate in the path that I've had is that I was able to go to a certain school, have parents that bought me the correct type of computer. And my path allowed me to go to a great university in computer science. My passion now is not everyone has that. Not everyone has the opportunity to go to schools that teach that at a very early age. And so not only is it important for us to continue to grow Jamaica, but it's also important to me to give youth an opportunity. And I think that's what JCS does well, is when you get exposure at an early age, it gives you another path of opportunity and opens your eyes to other things that you can do in terms of technology. So I was very fortunate, and I want to make sure that I can pass that along to young boys and a lot of young women.
All right, that's great. Now, continuing down the same line, a lot of people say that the reason why there aren't more women in tech is because they simply don't see themselves there. They don't see many CEOs like yourself that are doing the same thing that they want to do. So maybe women right now who may be interested in computer science, they go into a different path because they say, oh, well, they might not be for me. So after you started on this field, you knew it was a field that you wanted to go into, right? How did you experience it at first? Were there any difficulties along your path? And of course, tell us how you actually went on to start your own company. Or what made you want to do that?
Yes, I think there's definitely difficulties. Doing computer science is difficult enough. Growing up in a town where there was no one that looked like you in your entire high school, elementary school, and in your classes in high school, there's no one that looked like me. And then being a woman, I think, was a challenge, but I've always been somewhat of a tomboy, so I don't think it was as much of a challenge as it was to have all the factors rolled in. That I'm a woman, I'm a person of color in an industry, at least in California, that is predominantly white men, and so. I think I'm the type of person that just enjoys the challenge, but I know that there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of tears, and so I tell people, anything that you want to do in life, you can do it if you believe and you don't quit. I think I just heard a great quote from Craig Powe about not quitting, and so you really, whatever you want in life, you have to just continue to push through, and it's okay to cry. You dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and continue to strive. And I've seen some incredible things of like what we've been able to do here in Jamaica that many people would have said, "Are you crazy? How are you going to do this and make it happen?" But every time I thought things were maybe going to be too hard for me, I just said, you know what, tomorrow's a new day and make it happen. And that new day was a better day.
All right, Sheldon. You spoke about the local tech industry in one of my previous questions, and I heard you speak about AI. Now, AI, we've been hearing a lot of it recently. We hear many leaders in the tech industry, such as Elon Musk, Larry Page. They're saying AI is the next big thing, right? So I wanted to know, in your experience or in your position in the tech industry in Jamaica, where are we at this stage with regard to our AI technology?
We're not where we should be, or where we need to be or want to be. And that's why it's very important for us as a nation to look at what are the hot technologies that are out there now, that are at a very mature stage, and make sure very quickly we get up to speed with it. For example, the universities, the high schools, and the curriculums that we have out there right now are not focusing enough on what the world needs in terms of tech. So the problem with that is that when the students leave, and great companies like Quality Works, is that you get good raw material, but you have to spend more time teaching some of these new concepts. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, deep machine learning, you're speaking about many of the jobs that before people look forward to being replaced by computers, by robots, and so forth. What are we going to do about that? I'm not talking 10 years from now. I'm not talking 5 years from now. I'm talking it's happening right now as we speak. So I'm looking for us as a country to kind of come together and look and say, okay, where are the needs? Where is tech going? What do we have to do in the schools to transform the curriculum? What projects do we have to work on together in terms of guiding people in terms of the right skill sets that they need to make sure that, to me, in terms of Jamaican economy, that it will continue to grow. I just want to say, Stacy, I'm very happy that you're here and that you have agreed to be a part of the JCS. From I met Stacy first, at that time I was actually just became president, and you were very supportive and very encouraging and said that you support me in any way you can. And last year we did a breakfast talk on DevOps, right? Wow. Yes. Those are the kind of methodologies that companies like Amazon, Uber, Disney use for their development, right? Instead of using the waterfall method, things like that. You can feel free to look it up. And automated testing, I don't know, you're big on doing, is also saving a lot of time, because now you have, instead of hiring hundreds of people to sit down and manually test new programs, you can actually program the computer to do the testing for you. And wow. We have to learn those skills. So Stacy, I'm just very happy that you have been very supportive of the JCS, and you have a big vision for Jamaica when it comes to technology. Silicon Island. That's right, Silicon Island. So I'm looking forward to working with you in terms of making that happen.
So will we be speaking about all this, Sheldon, at the BizTech conference? Sheldon?
Yes, that and many more.
Okay. Yes, Stacy. So when is the conference?
The conference is October 16th through the 18th, 2017.
At the Jamaica Conference Center.
At the Jamaica Conference Center. And can we look forward to any other guests?
Oh, we'll probably look to have at least 30 different speakers there, covering different topics. So we'll be looking at things like cloud computing, business solutions, digital platforms, IT governance. So we'll cover all of the hot topics that are happening in technology, as well as the methodologies that we need, agile project management and things like that. We'll also be inviting high schools and universities to be a part of the conference as well. We're going to have special rates for the high schools. We tend to try to have a lot of complimentary tickets for them, because JC is all about education. We price the conference actually very reasonable. We're thinking of possibly about anywhere from about $8,000 per day, which includes lunch and coffee breaks and so forth. It's this kind of a conference that you'd probably pay hundreds of US or maybe $1,000 per day to attend, that you'll get for at 8,000 Jamaican dollars per day.
Well, that sounds great. That sounds very comprehensive. It definitely sounds like the BizTech conference is where you need to be if you're a young person interested in the local tech industry. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.